Well, hello, my beautiful gems. This is Maria from the Guided Gem. So, my beautiful gems, this is going to be a reading for the full moon in Pisces, and that's coming up on, let's say, the 10th of September. So, I go into 9 and 10, depending on where you live around the world. So, 9 and 10 of September. And the whole point here is to kind of pick up on what the energy is for all signs, of course. So, this is going to be a collective reading and see what comes up. This is going to hopefully give you some advice and guidance what to look out for. So, all about, being cautious on certain energies. It's a time of reflection for sure. And it is also a time that, we need to really, really accept the changes that are going on in our lives. Okay. All right, Spirit, let's do collective. All right, Spirit. Full moon in Pisces. Absolutely. Things are definitely changing for us. So, full moon in Pisces. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to start off with these cards and then we'll go into tarot. So we have the Fool. The Fool is card number 0. And this is telling us that we are entering a brand new phase into our lives. Remember, if you go back to all of the readings early this year, we started in January. And January was talking about, how the year 2022 is going to be a very powerful month. A powerful year. And this is all about letting go of everything that no longer serves us. And we had time to fix things that we may have made mistakes on, worked on some reconciliation, figuring out exactly what we wanted in our lives. And now it's, come to July, and all of those decisions and choices had to have been made. Coming from July till the end of this year, it's all going to be about making those changes happen, because we are going to shift and now come this full moon in Pisces. And remember, Pisces is the last zodiac sign in the astrology chart, right? So the Fool, September brings in the time for us to start back at zero, start that new chapter. So we are going to use our creativity. Absolutely. Creativity is going to be something that is really going to help us. It's time for you to, put your foot down, stand your ground for demand justice, demand equality, demand, things that are for our highest good. I'm not saying demand things by greed, by, power, authority. No, I'm saying demand what is justifiably right for you for your next chapter here. Okay. Then we had the Empress. We are definitely growing. We are sorry, this is the Emperor. Sorry, taking charge, control. Now, taking charge and control, and a lot of people mistake this. Okay, so this is not a good place for the cards. This is the White Witch Tarot. It only has major arcanas. So the Emperor is all about, power and control. It's being a leader. It's being, a person of authority. But a lot of people mistake power and abuse it. They abuse their power, and Spirit's saying, like, make sure you do not abuse your power in this time, right? Because remember, we don't want to make foolish decisions, because we've done that in the past. We've cleaned out all of our mistakes. We've cut out everything that no longer serves us. So if you're going to take charge of your life, make sure it is justified. Make sure it is you being on the right path. It's not being demanding in the way like, no, I am the emperor. I want this. I want it my way or the highway. No, that doesn't work anymore. And if that's the kind of attitude you've had before, this is going to be a very challenging time for you. Okay. The High Priestess as your final anchor card. So this is telling me that it is time for you to look into your higher self. Now, I am not going to talk to anybody, especially not on this channel, about spirituality or religion or whatever denomination you guys believe in. All I'm saying, it's time to reflect on the value of life, the value of relationship, the value of everything that's, meaningful in our life, in our society, in everything that we do. Okay. And this, I'm going to refer this as to, you know, if you are in a committed relationship, are you being honest in that relationship? If you are, a parent, and I'm going to stress this out, if you are a parent, are you, leading your child to be their best and highest self? Or are you using them? Or are you, making them feel small when you should be making them feel, very empowered and putting them on pedestals? Are you on a job where you just dread getting up in the morning or at night or whenever your shift is, and you're just going to work because you have to pay your bills? It is time to do something you love. Find your passion inside of you. It's time for you to be your true self, your true and best self. Okay, this is the time to do all of that, because the full moon in Pisces is going to bring out that creativity, that leadership role that we actually have that inside of us, but we have always felt that insecurity overpower us. Okay, we have let people of power and authority influence our decisions and our choices and stuff, and no more of that, right? And the people that have been abusing their power, well, it's time for you to look into your the high priestess and look into what your values are. Like, I mean, power is great, wealth is great, but used correctly. If you've become wealthy and, at the cost of someone else's demise, or at the cost of someone else's, just taking advantage of people and stuff like that, then that stuff is going to like get affected with this new cycle here. Okay. And you still have a few months before the end of this year to make some corrections and to really take charge and power of the situation. Okay. All right, let's go into tarot, and I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot to clarify and to get more messages for us. All right, Spirit, let's see. Full moon in Pisces. What messages do we have for the collective? Spirit, please. Thank you. Now, this is not going to be geared too much on relationships, whether you are in a relationship or if you're single. It's just to give you, that extra courage, strength to get things done, because it's a very important year and the portals are just really, really important. Okay. So we have, wow, the Six of Wands. Now the Six of Wands, it is that victory. It is that success. It is about the accolades and, being put on that pedestal and stuff like that. But you got to remember, if your ego is too high, then remember what I said. Things are going to start happening to bring us down from that ego. Okay, it's time to start back at zero, start a brand new chapter without ego. Ego, as long as it's balanced, as long as it's put in the right position, then you're fine. Okay, again, the same thing like with power and authority. So it's time to reflect on your ego. The high priest, that's the Hierophant. Okay, so this is having that higher institution, having that, again, that spirituality for some of us, to really reflect and decide, make choices that have a certain value instilled in the choices you make. So again, reflect on your relationships, reflect on, your parenting skills, reflect on your job, your career, your business. You really need to understand that all the choices you're making, they're going to be reviewed from the high priest, okay, from the higher institution. They're going to be reviewed from, authority figures. They're going to be reviewed from, religious factors. I'm not going to go into that, but you know what I'm talking about here. So someone that has the power and authority to teach us lessons, this is going to come out for you. So reflect on your ego and make sure that it's not something that you're taking, abusing your power over. Okay. Spirit, what else do we have? I don't plan for this reading to be too long. I hope it's going to be short, but the important thing here is that we understand what the message is. Okay. Ace of Cups, brand new beginnings. It's all about love. You got to bring in love. If those of you who have a really big ego and just look at, the dollar sign, or, how many wins you've had, how many, people you've slept with, or how many, friends you've won over, was there love in that? Okay. It is time for you guys to really reflect on your choices. The message is very powerful here, and it's fitting in exactly into the full moon in Pisces. Now, again, that's starting very soon. So I think has already started for us, and you might have been feeling this already, because with the Fool, it's telling me that you're already at zero. So you've gone through, the closing of the chapters. You've released things that no longer serve you in your life. You've been working on this throughout the whole year. Okay. All right, Spirit. What else do we have? Okay, so yes, the Queen of Cups. So not only are we bringing love into our lives, it's all about nurturing. It's all about caring for those who have less than, taking care of those who have inability to care for themselves. It's all about taking care of, the household, the children, the teachers, the schools. If teachers are dealing with, 30 plus students in a day, and they're working really, really hard and sometimes get home really exhausted, some teachers actually work with, disabled children, people, students who have, special needs. I mean, it's time for you to acknowledge, to be grateful for people like this, and to help them help others. So it's time for you to open up your heart, is what we're hearing here. Okay. The Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands. Okay. Like, are you a hero, or are you, the energy that is constantly fighting against everything and everyone, people that are trying to change you, or people that are trying to make you realize, okay, hey, listen, you can't keep doing that anymore, because, or don't you have enough? Like, when is enough going to be enough? When are you going to see that, you need to bring love into your life? When are you going to understand that, you can't take advantage of people like this? Now, this is a general reading, and there's no, I'm not going to call any signs here, but you have to understand, put yourself where you are. Now, if you're the one that has been taken advantage of, been abused of, it's time for you, my beautiful gems, to literally take charge of your life. It's time for you to be empowered. It's time for you to really allow people to come in and help you, and stop resisting help. Okay? See how the coin flips? And it flips equally on both sides, and you know which side you're on. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get more clarification with clarifying another tarot deck, and I'm going to use the Elements of Life Tarot, which is my deck. Yes. All right, Spirit, let's see. Do we have any more messages for the collective here regarding the full moon in Pisces? So we have, yes, the Queen of Swords. Okay, using your intelligence. Now, the Queen of Swords, I created it with a sword hidden in her crown. She shows up as being, beautiful, loving, smelling great. And then, you know what? Sure, you can talk to her, but remember, if you say anything that she doesn't like, she'll cut you right out. Okay? There's no gender in tarot, so you have to understand that this is any gender. Okay? So, taking on this energy, using your intelligence is absolutely key. And even those who abuse their power can use this key. And the sword, okay? If you abuse your power, you know when it's time to stop abusing of your power, okay? Because there will be consequences. Ooh. And then we have the Knight of Water. So, funny enough, it's with a seahorse, and the seahorse is one who mates for life. This is telling me that it's time for you to give more than you receive. And I'm not talking about the ones that give and only give. If you're the ones that give and only give, it's time for you to receive, okay? If you are the one that has been just taking, then it's time for you to give, okay? I hope you're following me here. So if you are the kind that has been manipulated, taken advantage of, it's time for you to take the energy of the Queen of Wind, the Queen of Swords. If you are the energy that just takes, and takes advantage of others, it is time for you to show some love and give in return instead of taking, learn how to give. Wow, this message is really, really interesting. Okay, now I wanted to give you some advice and I want to see what animal energy that we can use in order for us to be empowered and to help us to deal with either energy. Okay, so I am taking out the deck now. I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for this, but so we have the Divine Animals Oracle deck by Stacey DeMarco. It's an exquisite deck. I personally love this deck, and I only use it usually on full moons when I do personal readings. And then we are going to go into the Moon Oracle deck. All right, Spirit, what do we have here? Again, see, we have that conflicting energy. I don't know what side of the road you're falling on, but we have, the red fox. Okay. So it's time for you to strategize. If you have been the one that has always been strategizing and seeing how I can take advantage of this and that and that and that and that, like you guys are always on top. You guys are always very successful. Okay, so now I want you to strategize on how you can do it to give back. And I'm not talking about writing a check to, your favorite charity. I'm talking about getting in touch with real people, real humans. And I want you to understand why you are being so either greedy or, why it is so fun for you to step all over people and just to do with this kind of thing. Okay. And if you're that kind of energy, I don't believe you're here on my channel listening to this video. But if you are the one that is on the receiving end of this energy, then I want you to understand that you can share this video and maybe speak to them. Hey, listen, you know what? You can't do that to me anymore. So I want you to take on this energy of the red fox and to strategize how you're going to protect yourself and get rid of things that no longer serve you. Okay? And then, of course, we have the wolf. This is being authentic. And I promise you, my beautiful gems, if you have gone through some challenges in life which has made you this hardcore individual where, I'm not going to let anyone do that to me again, and you've become this very aggressive, arrogant kind of individual, like a boss type, authority type of figure, because you've been hurt in the past. Well, it's time to heal. It's time for you to be your true self again. It's time for you to come back down to earth. Okay? If you are going to lose everything because you abused your power and you got on this high pedestal and received all your accolades because of, taking advantage of people, because you just tricked everyone, you lied, you stole, whatever it is, come down to earth. You're going to receive some sort of consequences for doing that. And you know what? It's time for you to accept, forgive yourself, and learn how to forgive others is really, really key here. Okay? Now, if you are the one that has been on the receiving end of this kind of abuse, then it is time for you guys to find your power within. Okay? Be this energy of the wolf where you can actually use your wisdom and your authentic, genuine voice to speak up. Okay, 9 times out of 10, people get abused because they don't have a voice. They don't speak up. It's time for you guys to speak up here. Okay, it's time. It's time, my beautiful gems. And you know what? September, October, November, December. We're closing the gap to the year of 2022. So it's time to find your authentic self. This full moon in Pisces is going to help you as long as you call upon the energy. How do you call upon the energy? Just meditate, guys. Meditate. I tell everyone, if you don't know how to meditate, I'm sure you shower every day. I hope so. Get under that shower and just let the water run on you, even just for a minute, and do nothing but listen. And even if you hear nothing, I want you to repeat it every day until you find your answers. Okay? Let's go to the Moon Oracle cards. The Queen of the Moon Oracle cards. All right, Spirit, let's see the messages for this full moon in Pisces. Thank you. So that's what the message. Oh, faith. I love it. I love it. This is perfect for this time frame. The full moon in Pisces. I love it. Okay. It's the warm moon. I'm going to read it from the book because the message is very, very powerful. Okay, so faith, fertility, and abundance now returns. So remember, if you abused your power, you're going to have consequences. If things were taken from you because you were taken advantage of, this is coming back to you. It's time for you to speak up. It's time for you to call upon your voice. Speak up, take what's yours, cut out what no longer serves you, and don't let anyone fool you at this time, okay? Things will get better. Growth has started. Of course, we're starting a brand new chapter here. Hold on to your dreams in adversity. Do not let anyone take advantage of you. Stand your ground, my beautiful gems. Okay? So it says, let's see. I just want to read the points that are important. Okay, we learn by observing the seasons that the light does return. The ice melts, the days grows longer and the nights grow shorter. Warmth and fertility slowly returns to the land. Always and always. This is a returning of cycle all the time. It is hard to have faith in ourselves and the universe. I actually think faith is the real F word. Faith requires us to let go of our anxieties and have trust, perhaps in something we can't actually see yet. Having a more complete faith in ourselves and a higher power to lead you to your greatest good is a solid intention. While having a rigid, blind faith does not serve us, it is important to hold on to our dreams and intentions and to focus on the outcome. To do this without taking note of what is happening around us can be a folly. Our ancestors have observed nature carefully, looking for signs of new life and fertility, altering their hunting or planting to best take advantage. Yes, so remember we had this here, strategizing, okay? Yet they knew that the ice would melt and the soil, damp and ready, teeming with worms, would receive their seeds. So the whole point is everything's repeating. So have faith, my beautiful gems. And I hope that this full moon in Pisces is going to really allow you to become authentic, your true self, and to really clean up your life. Okay? It is time because consequences are coming in. It's time for love, but true love, not the fake love, not the one that you're, in a relationship, but you are stepping out or having, multiple partners and so on and so on. This is time to clean up our life. The whole world is turning upside down. Okay. And after the full moon in Pisces, we start again at Aries. Okay. Well, there you have it, my beautiful gems. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, show me some love. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the thumbs up button. Write me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And until the next reading, I'm sending you love and light.